art of conversion. Write on your paper. I said dominion is what? It's an art of conversion. It's an art of conversion. So when you are transforming from glory to glory, you're already having dominion. Each time you take a book and you're reading, you're having dominion. I say each time you take a good book and you're reading, you're having dominion. Each time you are making notes now, as you're making notes, you're having dominion. Each time your old nature is putting on a new nature, you're having dominion. Listen, one of the greatest thing that happened in the life of Moses is to change from Moses into being a God. To change from Jesus into being God. Transformation is the greatest experience on earth. Nothing is more profitable. Write it on your paper. I said transformation is the greatest experience on earth. Nothing is more profitable. The custodians of God's legacy on earth are gods. That is why God consorts with God. Psalm 62 verse 11. Once I've ever spoken and I heard 2 times that power belongs to God. But God shares power with God. I said God shares power with God. And then gods are men who turned into gods simply by art of soul transformation. They were looking. Now, please hear me because I'm about to stop. God will never trust men. It is precarious to be grassy. Now, listen. I don't care who is praying. Shame will never end in the life of a grassy man. God does not commit healing, does not commit lasting healing to prayer. He commits lasting healing to transformation. God prefers you not to be sick than to be looking for healing. Somebody can be healed of a particular sickness and another sickness will still come, because if the body is vulnerable. So when you pray on headache now, and tomorrow you pray on arthritis, next tomorrow he's bleeding on the nose, next tomorrow he can't see me very well from the back, next tomorrow he has drank cold water and his teeth is shaking. Now all these things are symptoms of vulnerability. Somebody. Yeah, Okuchubu. Every day you keep on laying hand on somebody who is vulnerable. But as a way out, become a God. I say become. It is, please. Let me tell you something God will never do. God will never give something that is important to him to men he can't trust. The divine does not fellowship with the perishable. No, it doesn't. Can I say it again? I said the divine does not fellowship. No, it does not. The divine will never. In fact, to be perishable is to be devalued. It is to be problematic. It means you are not born into the family of God. And you know, to be vulnerable is to be precarious, and because you will not be bold. A man who is subjected to doom cannot stand bold before foes. I mean adversaries. It doesn't have a shining light. I said it doesn't have a shining light. Do you know what it means for someone to be alive and he's not winning? I say he is 45 years or 50. He has not started his life. He is still at the level of looking for food. I say at the level of. That is why some Nigerians can go to even a Nigerian boy left Nigeria and went to Mali. From Mali to Somalia. From Somalia to Liberia. From Liberia to Libya. You can imagine Libya, somebody is going. You can imagine a Nigerian boy going to Mali, going to Malawi. These are names that pronouncing it is so difficult. Is in Malawi? How? How did it come into your mind? Malawi. For what? How did you dream it? Congo. You know, Piempio Bodo. Guinea-Bissau. China. I'm not against it if you're there for something reputable. But to go there to go and be cleaning shoe of Malawians, that is precarious. Don't even talk about it. If you want to go to a city, go to New York. And not even go to, go to New York and let them put on you red carpet. Not go there to go and wash plate of white people. Now, listen. Let me tell you something. It is a blessing. I'm going to be preaching on Sunday on the land where God put his name. And I'm going to spend time on that message to talk about the importance of your homeland. Don't play with the land that have your life. You have only one land that have your life. I say you have only one land. Only one land owe you story. I said only owe you story. Only one land. We call it your homeland. Now you can migrate to a better land, not something that is inferior to where you came from. Migrating doesn't mean you go to get favor from a land to develop your homeland. You see, because no matter where you go, your story is told in your land. They will not call you until they call Jesus of Nazareth. I love the man Galilee. He has done so very much. Now, is he not a man of Galilee? Is he not a man? Did he say a man of Aguata? In 13 of Numbers, he said there is a man of Zorah whose name is Manoah. When Israel, there was war in Israel against Gaza, the Jews started returning back to their homeland. Even when there was no flight, they say whether flight or not, they must go home. That's what I'm going to be talking about on Sunday. The Bible says in Deuteronomy chapter 12, he said, I am going to make you go to a place where I kept my name, and there you will give your offering. Where I put my name. Can I tell you something that will bless you? Can I tell you? Success is about discovery. Make it personal. I say success is about discovery. It's not about hard work first. If you want to work hard on discovery. Not working hard when you have not made discovery. And I'm stopping on exercising dominion through the light of God's word. Have you not seen dominion? That's where I'm stopping. If you don't have God's word, you can't have dominion. You can't have lasting dominion. In case you don't know, there are atheists. There are men who doesn't go to church. They have temporary dominion. They have, in the days when Jesus was born, Herod was king. Herod was, what has that to do with Herod? If not Jesus, I will never remember Herod. The name of Herod is lucky that he was born in the time of a bookman like Jesus. Because it is the story of Jesus that revealed Herod. Did you hear what I said? I said it is the story of the light of the world If not for Jesus, nobody will preserve the name of Herod. It was in talking about Jesus they talk about Herod, and yet he was a king. I said he was. No, he was a king. Dr. Miles Monroe is the only Bahama man I know on earth. The only name I know in Bagada is W.F. Kumuyi. The only man I know in Texas, Oklahoma is the late Kenneth Hagin. Why? Because these men, the life of these men was preserved.